in Maine, we like lobster. In fact, we like it so much we dedicate an entire week.
It's more like a whole season.
No.
I'm just saying, it's like a whole summer.
To lobster.
We should have lobster summer.
We should. David Turin is from David's Restaurant in Portland in 388 in South Portland. He's here to whip up a recipe for us, which includes lobster, because you can't get enough of it. So what are we making today?
Well, so this is one of my all-time favorites. This is lobster in corn chowder. And, you know, mostly when I come on, I'm like, oh, this is a super easy recipe. This one is actually pretty challenging.
A little complicated?
And we don't have time to possibly make this the way it can be. So I've got a finished version right here. So if all else fails, we'll have delicious lobster corn chowder.
Perfect.
But I started ahead. You can see I've got some bacon and some butter cooking in there. The bacon's just starting to get a little brown.
Can't go wrong there.
I've got some onions right here, and I've got some carrots right here. All right.
Do you want me to stir this? You got it?
Oh yeah, you just stir that.
Okay.
All right. And then I've got a little seasoning blend right here. This has some paprika, some cayenne pepper, a little thyme, a little celery seed, and some salt. And can you smell that aroma coming off of that? And
yeah.
The cayenne pepper is not to make it hot, but it does add a little dimension. When you taste this, you're going to see exactly what I mean. All right. So the reason that this recipe is hard is because you have to make this stock right here, which is sort of a little reddish, a little greenish, doesn't look great in there.
Okay.
But so what I would do in order to make this is I cook the lobsters in a steamer pot with, and there's a recipe on their website.
Yep.
So about a quart of water, and then I steam the lobsters for about 6 or 7 minutes so that the lobster is really, really nice and tender like this, so it's not really overcooked. You can see like that.
Yep.
And then I take it aside. And then, after the lobsters are in there about 6 or 7 minutes, then I put the corn in, all right? See the corn?
Yep.
Okay, but the thing is we want to get the corn kernels, and we also want to get the hominy. So what's the hominy? That's
Yeah,
this
what is
part.
that?
Well, that's the hominy right there. See, this is the kernels. That's the hominy.
Okay.
All right, so anyway, so imagine that I steamed this lobster right here.
Yep.
And then what I did is I pulled it out and I took all the green stuff out. And there's no green stuff. And then I washed this off. And then I put it back in the steamer pot. All right? So that's how you make that stock. And then the corn cob's in there. And then after I cut the corn off, right? So you cut the corn off the cob like this. Like that. So there you get the corn. And then you take this cob and you scrape it with a spoon. And see all that stuff that's coming off? That's the hominy. And it's really, have you ever heard of hominy grits? Well, that's where it comes from.
There it is.
And they're super, super sweet. So you want the hominy and you want the corn. All right, anyway, so then we're going to throw this corn in here.
All right.
All right. And then there's butter, and then I'm going to put this flour directly in there. All right? And you're just going to mix that
it
around.
all in.
Yep.
Okay. Still smells so good.
Doesn't it smell good? And I'm going to put the hominy in there. Keep mixing. You got to make sure that the flour is sort of invisible.
Okay.
And then what I really want to do is I want to cook that because I want to cook the flour 5 or 6 minutes, and you cook it down. It takes a little bit of that harsh flour, gluten-y glue kind of feeling away, and it cooks out. So, but imagine we just snapped our fingers. Now it's 8 minutes later.
Perfect.
Our flour's cooked. And now in goes our stock. All right, and then over here I have my potatoes and my cream. All right, so people ask, well, why did you chop the potatoes into the cream? Well, 2 reasons. One is potatoes have natural starch, potato starch, which is thickening, and it also has flavor. And so I wash the potatoes, cut the potatoes, put them in the cream so they don't turn brown, and then all of the potato starch stays in the cream. And it's a lot of potato starch, so then you have to use less flour. So in that goes, and you see all those potatoes are all diced up.
Ooh.
And then here's the rest of my quart of cream, right there.
Dump it all in.
There we go. Get all that delicious
goodness in there.
Cream. There's no, and you know what, David's, just so you know, we put the calories in the water, so if you just stay away from the water. Anyway, and just advance your game about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Poof, and this is what you have right here.
Wow.
And you can see, so that paprika and the cayenne pepper and the stock and everything, it gets a little bit of that lovely red color.
So, so good.
And yeah, we're done. So that's not really chowder yet, but all right, I've already put the lobster in there. Well, yeah, we'll put a little more lobster in here, because why not?
You can't have enough.
And then, oh, just sorry, this is one of my
looks
favorite, it's one of
really-
my absolute favorite recipes of all time.
Really good.
It's really tasty. And you want to taste?
I do.
You want a little? You know what? What it really needs, though, it needs a little bit of pepper. Yeah, right there. Okay, let's have a little taste. Let's see how we did.
All right.
Okay, remember the thing I said about the cayenne pepper?
Yep.
All right, well, it's not spicy.
Oh my gosh.
But you feel like there's a mouth feel, like it makes your mouth feel full, and that's from the cayenne, the pepper.
It's so good.
There you go. Lobster corn chowder.
I love this.
Do you want to finish the bowl before you
This
finish
is mine.
Keep
Yeah,
going?
we're not gonna.
Okay, we're gonna
I'm
keep
gonna
going
keep
with
this
that.
right here, and if you want to make this for yourself,
All
just
right.
head to the 207 section of our website and app. David, thank you so much for coming in.
My pleasure.
We appreciate it. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.